What's going on, folks? Welcome back to my tiny kitchen for another episode of your favorite internet cooking show, Smell What Coop Is Cooking. I'm your host, Coop, and on today's episode, let me start off by saying big shout out to our Canadian brothers to the north. For today's recipe, because we're going to be making a Canadian delicacy, poutine. Switching it up a little bit, one of my favorite spots used to serve this with duck. That's exactly how we're going to make it today. Full recipes in the description. Let's go. All right, y'all, got another fire recipe coming at y'all today. Let's quickly run through the ingredients that we're going to need for our duck poutine. This dish is a Canadian delicacy, but we're going to be using Wisconsin cheese curds on this bad boy. Just don't tell those old Canucks. Got a mix here of onion powder and garlic powder, another mix of dry thyme and dry rosemary, smoked paprika, a zesty citrus seasoning blend, say that 10 times fast. Got some ground mustard, Chinese 5-spice, a little bit of butter, a little bit of flour, 2 russet potatoes. Chilling in the back, I've got 1 whole duck that I broke down a little bit earlier, half an onion, couple cups of beef stock, got some Italian parsley and green onions that's going to be going on this dish as well. And last but not least, we got some minced garlic. Full recipes in the description. Let's cook. First things first, in a mixing bowl, go ahead and throw in all your seasonings. Got the onion powder, garlic powder going in, smoked paprika, dry ground mustard, ground clove, zesty seasoning, and our dried rosemary and thyme mix. A little bit of black pepper and salt to taste. Grab a fork, mix up the medicine, and this seasoning is ready to go. On to the next one. Let's go ahead and get our broken down duck onto a tray for seasoning. Not gonna lie, y'all, I've only cooked duck a few times, and every time it's been just the duck breast. And to be honest, I'm not that great at breaking down birds, so I'm not gonna show you what I did to this duck. What? But we got all of our pieces separated successfully. Let's go ahead and generously season up both sides of these pieces of duck. Let's hit a quick rough chop on that half onion and some parsley as well. Now that that bit of prep is done, let's go ahead and grab a crock pot and we're gonna add in all of our pieces of duck. Duck is a very fatty bird, so it can stay warm in those cold temperatures. We're gonna put each one of these pieces in the crock pot, skin side down, so we can let that fat render out a little bit. I flubbed up and added this duck inside of the crock pot once it was already turned on, so it didn't render the fat the way I wanted it to, but that's okay because it's still about to turn out fire. Just make sure you add that duck into a cold pan to help render out that fat even better. Let these sear on each side for about 2 or 3 minutes. Once both sides are nice and seared up, go ahead and flip this back over on the skin side facing down. Let's go ahead and add in our minced garlic, chopped onions, and chopped Italian parsley. Let's add about half a cup to 1 full cup of beef broth inside of our crock pot as well. Fasten the lid, turn this bad boy on high, and let it cook for about 4 hours. All you gotta do is
turn it on and you set it and...
Hey, if you guys like what you're watching, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. About 30 to 45 minutes before this duck is finished in the crock pot, let's go ahead and start hooking up these fries. Let's evenly slice 2 russet potatoes into about 1/4 of an inch pieces. Soak your fries in water for about 10 minutes. And after about 10 minutes of soaking, let's go ahead and strain these fries off and then dump them directly in a pot of boiling water. Let these fries boil for about 8 to 10 minutes. After they're done boiling, let's remove these fries from the water Go ahead and add these fries onto a kitchen towel so we can dry them up. Gonna take these fries from the kitchen towel and add them onto my air fryer tray. Hit it with a quick spray of cooking oil to help crisp these fries up. And we're gonna finish cooking these in our air fryer at 425 degrees for about 20 minutes or until your fries are golden brown. 4 hours have passed. Now let's go back over to our duck. Open up this crock pot. This duck is looking delicious.
Delicious!
Now that I got my duck out of the crock pot and onto the tray, like I said, duck skin can be very fatty, so let's go ahead and remove the fat from all of these pieces of duck and shred up that meat. This duck is nice and tender, flavorful, and it's gonna be oh so good on this poutine. What are you waiting for? Subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of these hot episodes. Now let's make a delicious duck gravy that's gonna be going on top of this duck poutine. I'm just gonna take all of the drippings from inside of my crock pot, pour all those out into a container. Using an immersion blender, I'm gonna go ahead and blend up all of these dripping ingredients until it's smooth and well combined. In a pan preheated over medium-high heat, let's go ahead and toss in a couple of knobs of butter. Melt those off a little bit. Once your butter melts, let's toss in our flour. Mix all that up and cook off that raw edge on the flour. It'll take about a minute or two, or until that flour starts to smell slightly nutty. Next, let's slowly mix in about a cup to a cup and a half of beef broth. Grab a wire whisk and whisk that up so it's nice and smooth. Now let's let this gravy simmer until it starts to thicken slightly. Once it starts to thicken, let's go ahead and introduce that delicious duck drippings that we blended up in our immersion blender and add that into our pan. Add a little black pepper and salt to taste and continue to whisk all that in. Toss in a quick pinch of chopped Italian parsley. And now our duck gravy is complete. Already tested it for seasonings and it is hella bomb. And once your fries have finished cooking inside of the air fryer, let's go ahead and remove them. Evenly add these crispy fries into a cast iron pan. Let's bring our delicious shredded duck back into the picture. I'm gonna add some of the shredded duck all over these crispy fries. Now let's hit it with about 6 to 8 ounces of these fire Wisconsin cheese curds. Hit it with a little bit more of that chopped Italian parsley. Now let's whack this cast iron pan underneath our broiler for about 3 minutes, or until that cheese is nice and golden brown. While that poutine is in the broiler finishing, let's go ahead and cook up a little fried egg to go on top. In a small pan, I'm just gonna add a bit of cooking oil, crack one egg in, fry that sunny side up, season it with a little bit of black pepper. And after a few minutes underneath the broiler, let's pull this poutine out. Our cheese curds are nice and golden brown. Let's go ahead and add that fried egg on top and pour some of that delicious duck gravy all over this poutine dish. Hit the entire pan with some chopped green onions. And there you have it, y'all. I bring you one of my finest creations, duck poutine. Let's go ahead and grab a fork so we can get a scoop for Coop. Look at those delicious crispy fries, that duck gravy, our shredded duck, and that Wisconsin cheese. I gotta try this one, y'all. Let's go ahead and get a big ass bite. And man, this duck poutine is slapping. That shredded duck meat that we cooked inside the crock pot is so delicious. It's like a cross between eating red meat and chicken at the same time. Got those delicious crispy fries as the base. The Wisconsin cheese curds melted perfectly. That duck sauce is full of rich flavor. You just can't beat this dish, y'all. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you for rocking with your boy for another episode of Smell What Coop Is Cooking. I appreciate all your support. We're on a push to 1,000 subscribers. Can't do it without you guys, so make sure you're putting the word out about your favorite internet cooking show, Smell What Coop Is Cooking. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I might start doing some stuff like live cooks for you guys. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, and until then, I'm gone. Hey, there you have it, you guys. The most fire duck poutine you're ever gonna have. Let me know what you think about this one in the comment section. Big shout out to everybody who's been watching this show. I've had people hit me up from Germany, Japan, the UK, the Middle East. All you guys truly make Smell What Coop Is Cooking an international production. But until then, don't forget to like my ish, share with a friend or foe you already know. For any special business inquiries,
investors, possibly you.
Hit your boy up at smellwhatcoopiscooking@gmail.com, and we'll catch all you guys right back here next week for another episode of Smell What Coop Is Cooking.